It might touch the dipstick. Looks good, just not a lot of it. Oh, right there. Pumped all the oil out. But listen to this. 2000 model water pump. So that is the, Chrysler. That's the original water pump. So intense. What's gonna happen? What if it's full of oil and I'm just wrong? Oh, just don't work. You don't go to Walmart and buy stuff you don't, well, some people do. Oh yeah, she's got compression. What the heck? Hey, I matched the Jeep. So this is my job, and I always struggle to find a way to title a video for you to follow along with my job. It's kind of weird how it works, but if you titled every single video day at my job, you would probably get bored of watching it. So today, I can't exactly tell you why I'm taking this Jeep apart, but that's an exciting project. This is not exciting. If you can tell, it's wrecked. It's a two-door. It's really wrecked, so it's kind of effed up, I guess is the word. So it's kind of screwed up pretty bad. So I had the idea, it's like, this one I'm pretty sure I've got, it's the junkyard I bought out. I think I got $400 in it, drove to Memphis back, moved it around. Let's just say I got $550 logistics and all that stuff in there. So this one is gonna be a struggle to make a good profit off of. I'll come out on it. I guess you could say I always do. But let's just walk around and see what it's about. First off, 2000, and that means nothing to y'all. Depends on where you're from. Those motors, where I'm from, easily $1,000, $1,200 easy. But does that say? What does it say? Let me let the lift down. Yep. So love for this motor to be good, but lower end rattles. Very common on these. Sucks. Maybe I can get lucky, and from the wreck and the shock load, it broke the flex plate. Engine stand is sitting right there. It might get through on engine stand in this video. It's not really why I'm taking the Jeep apart. We'll see. When I get it apart, we'll discuss prices, but like, I swear for goodness, as hard as these Jeeps are getting too fine, that these header panels, I'm really thinking that like halves are starting to be like worth something, because you can take one that's been wrecked on that side, cut it dead center. I'm already doing it, and then piecing them together and, you know, get them buffed out, and you got you a good one. So it's that. Bumper ain't no good, hood's no good. That fender, that's a for sure. You know, even with little blemishes, people are still buying stuff. Where I'm from, up north, y'all claim it's a different situation. It's just different down here. Like even the mirror, they've already part numbered it, so that brings money. That door actually might sell. The body on this thing is jacked. I mean, that door is so jacked up it won't shut, like right in here. So it must have been a pretty bad wreck. Window regulator, those seem to be worth millions of dollars. Guess it's still there, maybe? I don't know, we'll worry about that later. Dash cluster's gone. Headliner, hey, look at there. That's actually good. Speakers in the back. That seat don't look bad. I just don't think it's a two-door seat. Maybe. So yeah, this one come from a junkyard that's already been parting it out. So that sucks. That's why I wanted to see if I can actually turn a profit. Fender flare might bring something. Taillight. That hatch actually has a little blemish right there, but that's easily sellable hatch. We'll talk numbers later. Got the key for it. I won't sell it, but that'd be a good quarter right there. That looks good. Fender flare. Should have a good rear end. That door is a no good. Tinted windows if anybody wanted tinted windows. And yeah, it's wrecked. Let me raise it up, see what we're looking at. Well, let's pop the hood. That makes more sense. Da, 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 da. And there is a motor. Man, this thing's wrecked. Still got a battery. Let's see if I can get it to that one. There we go. Kind of wonder if they had the airbox off, if they was spraying it with starting fluid. Maybe just rattling like that. Usually when you're taking these things apart, that actually looks pretty good. So as far, well, it's got a little crustation up there. So let's see what the oil looks like. It might touch the dipstick. Looks good, just not a lot of it. In my opinion, it looks like a good maintained engine. It's weird, I can't tell you what I look for, but I can look at one of these and just tell you that it was over maintained. They just drove the crap out of it. Just, you do it as much as I do it, you just learn a lot of stuff. So, but it all looks good. That looks amazing. That's like the cluster's already been took out, so I have no idea how many miles it has. That's why I refuse to sell anything by miles, because there's too many variables. Just raise it up, see what we're looking at underneath. It's so crazy. I'm sitting here looking this thing over. I wish like y'all could calculate what goes through my head on these things. You just seen enough of them, you just know what to look for. I'm gonna be holding this light, so if it's flickering, sorry, but front end shot, frame shot, buckled, I mean everything. Unit frame, don't somebody correct me. Motor, if I had my guess, I'm gonna bet this Jeep probably has, I'll say about 110, 120,000 miles, and I'm gonna bet it's from Kentucky. Tennessee doesn't really see any rust. Anything above Kentucky gets rusted out, and anything right in like southern Kentucky seems to be, yeah. If you can tell, like, see the aluminum right there, see those bolts, the grounds up there, see how they got just a hint, a little, well, like it right there. It's got just enough rust to say it has rust on there. So figure this Jeep's probably from Kentucky. And one of the things I was looking at, those bushings, I know they don't look new to y'all. Like those are bushings right there, if you can tell, especially that one. That one looks brand new. Rear main does not seem to be leaking a drop. I noticed right here, if I get enough light, it's got a blue oil pan gasket. Kind of one of them people, I bet they lived in the city and these mechanic shops sell you stuff that you don't actually need. Like those upper bushings, I'm not saying they don't go out, but this Jeep didn't need them, I can guarantee that. Just something to sell you on. Oil filter adapter, it's leaking, so it ain't been replaced. Transmission looks amazing. Sucks, it's two-wheel drive. I'm gonna learn to convert them to four-wheel drive one day. All that looks good. Good exhaust, back to here, and then drive shafts, two-wheel drives, they don't bring nothing. And then I got a rear end to pull out. I need the gas tank, need filler hoses for stroker Jeep, and leaf springs. Those are actually pretty valuable, but I mean, you can tell it's not rusty, but it's definitely got a hint of rust. So still gonna go on Kentucky. It's got the part number. So yep, 355 open case. That's the first time I've seen that sticker. So this is probably a pretty low mile Jeep, to be honest. It's just wrecked. Alright, so I'm gonna get this thing stripped down, and you know, it's where the haters come in, but this Jeep is not fixable. Somebody could make it drive again, but it's not. It's just, it makes more sense to take the parts to fix another one that is more worthy of being fixed. So doing the best I can. Some people get it, some people, it just don't calculate. We'll get this thing took apart. I'm gonna get all the stuff laid out. I really think I'm gonna throw that engine on the stand in this video, but we'll get everything laid out and we'll see if I can turn a profit. This should take half a day, give or take. It's 10:30. I might get a lunch break, but this one, the wrecks don't come apart fast, so that sucks, but I'm gonna go to work. Alright, that took longer than I wanted. What is it, 11:23? So, golly, nearly an hour. That's baloney. But I take everything out right. I don't cut anything. Got this harness sold. Yeah, nothing's cut. Everything's usable. I noticed this bolt was missing. Pretty sure it's got a new power steering pump. I feel like this person didn't like oil leaks. But I think this motor's good. I'm gonna say, they obviously didn't run it long. I know the people, but I was just looking. Oh, right there. Pumped all the oil out. But listen to this. It has no oil. So I'm gonna see if it'll spin over. Probably throw an oil pan on it. Check out the bottom. See what the main bearing or the rod bearings look like. Maybe cut that filter open. Transmission looks beautiful, but nobody seems to need the two-wheel drives. Valve cover, not a drop. What's crazy is this thing is initialed BM. And the date's irrelevant, 27. It's not 27, it's 2024. But what's crazy is I had another motor. It's actually a Renix Cherokee. And it's a buddy of mine's toy. And it was initialed BM. Sold the motor, know the motor's good. The guy put it in, run underwater, and then went around town screaming that I sold him a bad motor because the oil filter was initialed BM, stood for bad motor. No. Alright, will it spin over? Yes. Thing's a little tight, not bad, but spin it over. Yeah, I believe this thing will be good. 2000 model water pump. So that is the, yeah, Chrysler. That's the original water pump. So this is probably a legit low mile engine. Original water pump. I'm gonna go to lunch. We'll finish this thing up. You're gonna hear this run on this video. All right, back at it. One thing I noticed, well, I'll go ahead and show you anyway, the spacers. So this thing had a lift, had good shocks on there. That one over there is burnt, but I don't know if I'm gonna try to steal them today. That's how I noticed it, is I noticed that this one had an aftermarket U-bolt, which is kind of strange in a factory setup. That's a factory one. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is an add-a-leaf pack. So that makes them worth actually quite a bit. Everybody, seems like everybody with a stock Cherokee suspension is just flatlined. And I mean, if you put like a chain or a strap or something in the back of them, they're like squatted. So especially for people or kids. So everybody wants a set of add-a-leafs. Nobody wants to go through the trouble. Those are worth good money. We finish getting this thing apart and we'll start going over some numbers, and then I hope this motor's good. I don't know if y'all can see the motor, but yeah, hoping it's a good motor. All right, still working on getting the Jeep apart. Still got to get the rear end, fuel tank, some other odd end stuff. Finna drain the oil. Feel like y'all want to see that. See, can y'all see? Y'all can see. Oh, there's something. Oh yeah, Walmart tighten this on. Prepare for a cuss word. I don't know why I grabbed this. It's the first thing I saw. So intense. What's gonna happen? What if it's full of oil and I'm just wrong? Oh, it is it. Some beautiful looking oil. I don't know how well y'all can see that, but beautiful. There's just not a lot of it. All right then. I'll let that continue to drain as I take that apart. All right, got it down to the bare necessities. This is actually pretty interesting stuff. I'm not even gonna talk about that motor right now. This is what I always try to see people part Jeeps out. They buy them, they post a marketplace ad that they're parting it out, scrapping it Friday. You just can't do that. And I understand some people don't have room, but if you don't have room, then that means you probably should be doing other work. Just my opinion. So, I'm not going to list every single item, but let's just say, well, 350, rear end transmission, they will sell, it just takes time. That rear end for sure will sell. And I've just got fan, downpipe in case you want to get rid of converters, starter, that box is a huge seller, pump every now and then, junk scrap battery. Still got the Jeep to marinate off of, I'll go over it in a second, but I actually found, I was going to take the rear bumper off this one for another Jeep. I found a rear bumper in it, so cool. So add that up. The wiring harness for some reason is a huge seller. I ain't understood that yet. Those factory flex plates, $100 easy. I sell them on the website every day. Seems like anyway. That, like I said, cut in half will still be worth something. That's scrap metal. I actually got that seat sold tomorrow. Guy doing my headliner, or doing my leather seats in my other Cherokee. Fuel tank. Those are actually a big seller. Needed the fuel line, still got tail light, still got that bumper, that hatch up there. I found some more fender flares, got a good headliner, airbox cells, good AC lines. The Adderley springs, got them. They'll bring 200 bucks easy. Compressor, junk, sway bar, people buy them. Gas tank straps, people buy them. Still got glass, still got the fender flares, still got the quarter if you wanted. Actually got good shocks. That door sellable, that fender sellable, mirrors, glass, like, and I mean, you still got all this stuff inside. I mean, it looks junk to a regular person, but back seats, center consoles, e-brakes, for some reason I'm selling the heck out of them on the website. Sun visors, forgot about them. So it just takes time to marinate is what I use the word for. You can't just say, hey, here's everything for sale, buy it today. It just don't work. You don't go to Walmart and buy stuff you don't, well, some people do, but you don't go to Walmart and just buy everything that you think you might need in the next 10 years. A regular person. But I have added all that up just roughly. We're not gonna sit down. Kind of makes sense if you don't watch my Wrangler video, you make more sense. But I honestly started this day thinking I wasn't gonna be able to profit off this Jeep, but it's gonna come out. It's $250. I started at what, 10:30, took a 2-hour lunch, so I'm about 3 hours in. And iPhone calculator sucks, I apologize it, but that is your grand total for everything I've showed you in the floor, plus what sells off the body, plus scrap, plus all that stuff. That's just basically the stuff laying on the floor. So 3 hours labor, which I gotta clean all this up, so let's go, to be honest, let's go 5 hours labor. 5 hours labor, I had $550 in the Jeep, 100 bucks an hour, yeah, it'll come out. The kicker is this little puppy here, and I'm really convinced it's good, and that'll just bump my numbers up just a little bit more. So takes time, it's just what I do. As of now, I know y'all don't care, so I'm gonna clean this mess up, get this Cherokee out of here, get that took apart on that stand, and if it's all good, we'll throw it on the engine stand and see how my day turns out. Got the motor over here. Oh, where was that? Oh, get my ducks in a row. It had that much oil. That's golly. I mean, what is that? 2 ounces? 3 ounces? And I found something else that is, I guess, good and bad. I guess good and it'll probably fix it. Yeah. If you look about right there, there's a smash. And from off-roading, we know if there's a smash right here, that means the oil pump is broke off. So, no oil, no oil pump means that as long as they didn't run it too long, we should be good. But I don't think they did. I'm sure they fired it up, heard a rattle, cut it off, and yeah. So now I gotta roll it over. Justin says I can do this by myself. I'll let y'all watch me in case something happens. Probably don't have to roll it over, but man, it just makes it so much easier. Acorns are gonna fall everywhere. Rat turds, wasp nests. Yeah, not too bad. Oh, it's getting heavy, real heavy. Oh, hey. Oh no, that's not good. Crap. Did y'all hear that? Dang it. Alrighty, maybe, hopefully that's the oil pump falling out, but let me zip her off there and we'll see. Alrighty, maybe you can see, I haven't popped it off there. Man, I'm nervous. This is how I make a living. It just really helps. I'm just hoping for the best. I can sit here and drag it out all day. Oh man, there's like aluminum shavings in the pan. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Piston's good, piston's good, piston's good, piston's good. All those pistons are good that I can see. Those are good, those are good. Those are good. Those are good. Oil pump is broke. Hey, maybe that's the shavings. Maybe. Alright, let's let y'all check it out. So, oil pump is officially broke. That's probably what I expected. That is aluminum. That's what I'm... See a little shavings right there? Little flakes or something? It's not really in the oil. That's not what you're seeing there. You can see just a little bit of shavings around this area. So maybe that's something out of the oil pump. I guess, let me zip that off there. Need an oil pump. I really want to do a rear main, but it wasn't leaking, so I'm not going to touch it. And since 4 is the first to get oil, relatively close, I'll check it, and then I might check like 6, and we'll just go from there. If they look good, then maybe it's good, but if they look bad, I'll do some more digging before we try to run it. Could be worse, could be better. I'm okay with where we're at. Went ahead and pulled the girdle off. Pulled number 4, and camera does decent. It feels fantastic. I mean, it feels great, looks great. May not look on camera, but it feels fantastic. That's the only one I've looked at because I made a pimp decision. That stuff you was seeing in the oil pan is the bearings. Looks like they crunk it up just long enough that the bearings started breaking away. I mean, that's what it's made to do. That is a softer material than that cast crank. So we're good. I feel like this is officially my motor, but I'm fixing to take the rest of them down, throw some rod bearings in there. Probably gonna check the rear main, that's why I went and pulled the girdle off, but I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be okay. And all my timing chain people, you can see right here, look at that floppity timing chain. Well, maybe too dark to see it, but that's good. Never do a timing chain in 4.0, just my opinion. So yeah, let me get all these apart, and I gotta do them 1 by 1, well 2 by 2 since the way the motor works. But anyways, I'll get it put back together. I might pick you up there. Gotta get an oil pump obviously, but I think she's gonna live. This motor officially has me in a situation. So glad I was doing the rear main. Yep, got all the mains off, you can see. Mains were not happy, and I've never, well, usually don't see bad mains, so that was bad enough. So I got all the rest of them off, and I noticed that this one stuck, and that was okay. Well, then I noticed that this one, the ear is supposed to be right there, and you can see it's mushroomed out, so it is actually spun. So I'm in a situation and don't know what I'm gonna do. Never thought I'd be doing this, and this is the first time ever in a perfect motor. Well, not so perfect, but it's kind of perfect. Wish the pistons would come out. So yeah, this was a tough decision, but it's just a hard decision. As far as I could tell, the cam bearings look good. I mean, a couple of these look good. This rod bearing actually looked good, which is weird because it's the last one to get oil. Guess it would only make sense to change the rear main now, and I need a crank, main bearings, and rod bearings, and the next time y'all probably will see this on a stand. And no, don't ever change your timing chain. That is better than anything you can buy, in my opinion. Alright, luckily Justin had a set of name brand. I wish they wasn't name brand. Mine are just, they come in a bag. They're just China. But got a good used crank. I know it's good because
it's got a check mark.
It's got a check mark on there, so it's got to mean it's good. So got it wiped down, cleaned out. Justin's probably mad I didn't blow through the holes, but whatever. Got this ready. He brought these little things over here. I don't really know the point of them, but we got them on there. This is going to be a task. We got 7 main bearings to line up and 6 rods at the same time. And
why we got to do it this way?
I don't know. We're going to try. All right, you ready?
Sure.
This one's higher than the rest of them. Should we just put them all in the middle?
That won't work.
Yeah, it will.
It will. That's not how that works.
None of us know. So I remember 1 and 6 was BDC. That's that. So let's see.
This one goes over here.
These go there.
This one goes over this way. Oh, this ain't gonna be bad at all.
Some of them's down farther.
Oh,
Oh, that one kind of. That's not bad. That one's good. I don't think we're ready to spin it, but sweet. That wasn't bad at all. I'm gonna start changing crankshafts all the time.
just pull them up into place.
I wish I had. Well, Justin hasn't seen this motor. Where's the? These were main bearings on a 4.0.
Yeah, see that's
The locks went missing and they was spinning.
that never happens.
I don't know if I ever showed the camera those.
Dex. This one has compression. I can't. It pulls
Pulls
itself
it back.
It pulls it back down.
Yeah, I was hammering on one to go down earlier, and I realized it was at TDC, and I was just beating the heck out of it to get it.
He's so lazy. He wanted to take the spark plugs out of the hole.
I ain't took the coil pack off. All right, pretty sure next scene. Well, anyways, y'all will be here. All right, motor is ready for the stand. I wound up doing a water pump. I'm pretty sure I told y'all earlier it's a original water pump. Took thermostat out for my stand. Got it ready to prime for oil. Just gotta get it on there and figure out the harness situation. I'm gonna try to run this on coil pack. If y'all paid attention on this stand, I usually use a 99 system basically, so it uses a distributor. I'm gonna try to, I've got it set up. I just can't remember, I forget every time, but one day this will look better. But for today, it's gonna run that motor. I still don't even know if this motor's good, besides the stuff I already know. All right, I figured y'all at least won't be here for this part. We got 5 quarts of conventional 1030, and then a splash of heavy duty 1540. So we got probably about 1134, we give or take. Got a distributor. I've just took the gear off. You can just shove it off in there. It's actually the old distributor, so it's got a small shank here. I wish y'all could see that better. We'll work on it. Oh man. I remember now, I don't really want to take the coil pack off just to prime it. I just knock it loose, see if I can lay it over the side. Yeah, that'll get it done. I wonder how to run it for a little bit, kind of filter some of the oil out. Loose material, you know, left laying in the motor. Alright, 12 volt drill, so it don't have no power. Probably. Oh, come on. Try a new battery. Yep. Try again. Yep, oil pressure, I think the governor said about 55, so I'm just gonna let it run. Kind of circulate, and then let me get this thing buttoned up and we'll fire it up and hope it's good. Alright, got the motor on. I did have to swap harnesses. I think this is all hooked up right. It may not crank. I'll fix it off camera. It's dry, no coolant. Actually remember to put the exhaust on this time, so it's not gonna crank up and deafen y'all. As y'all know, I'm not fake, it's not been run. There we go. Hopefully it's got enough fuel, and hopefully it don't leak. You can tell that by that still building pressure that I hadn't crunk it. Shh. The grates. Oh yeah. Just a take the stud out and bolt them that way. Seems like I forget the grounds every time. Hair was coming out of the hole. That's cool. Alright, let's try again. No fuel. Yep, we're good. So it should fire up as long as everything's good. Fuel. A little air. You know what? I put it on TDC, but I never checked if it was actually compression TDC. I'm just gonna swap it around and hope that's right. It's quicker than checking everything. Alright, pulled this out, put a mark on it, get that off there. Must be a compression stroke. Oh yeah, she's got compression. It's a pretty short wrench, so that's good. Drop this back off in there. Hopefully the same spot. That's so cool. I gotta teach a cam sensor one day. It don't do what you think it does, and I'll teach you one day. Got that bolted. Throw the cam sensor back on, and I assume the cam sensor is good. That was wrecked, it's supposed to run. I know I probably make these things look so simple at home and y'all get so frustrated, but just done it a long time. So got my fingers crossed. What the heck? Sweet! Got a little lifter tap. Yeah, hopefully they'll lift it to clean up. Low pressure. 50 pounds, that's good. Don't sound like a piston slap to me. It's just something about this stand and a motor this close to you, and it just runs good. Let's throw some coolant off in there, get a little ventilation going on. I'm happy so far. It could all fall apart, but it's part of it. All right, got it topped off with some fresh water, and we'll let y'all be real close when we flip the switches for no reason. I think this motor just wants air. Let's try. I'm gonna do a vacuum line. Y'all might not be able to be close this time. Another one off. I swear it runs. I've seen it run. Just try giving her throttle. All I did was put water in it, now it won't run. What the heck? I'll do the knock sensor. Crank sensor's got a pretty big gap. May have to adjust on it. I'll try that. I got it notched where it's hard to explain. I think that's close enough. Enough. What in the world, man? Let's check. Noise light. This harness is kind of crappy. Let's see if we're fueling injectors. So it's not firing the injectors. What the world? That's the only downfall about this setup. When it don't run, you gotta know what you're doing. It's got fuel pressure, but it ain't spraying the fuel. Even if this was out of sync, I feel like it'd still be spraying fuel. try crank sensor. All right, different crank sensor test number 2. What the world? Unless the dang computers went bad. Let me hook the knock sensor back up. Surely we got good ground. It made noise when I did that. Let's just try a cam sensor for no reason. Alright, try a cam sensor. I think I'm hearing the computer cycle. I'm missing something really easy here. This thing was friggin' running. Got the wrong white plug plugged up. One day I'm gonna fix this thing and make it nice, but that's it. How it was running without that, I don't know. And it still may not run. Ready? There's 2 plugs. I can just show you. So these 2, if you ever pay attention on basically 97 and up, they'll run and go to the actual motor itself. This one goes back to the body, and I think it's so crazy. If you look, there's like 30 wires here. There's only one that you need to make it run, and the crazy part, it don't even really do anything. It's like a signal from the ASD to tell it that it's actually working. So technically it doesn't even do anything, but it's got to happen. Learn every day. I at least try to teach something every video. Like, this was supposed to be just entertainment, but now you know. Green and white. Green and white if I can't focus, but the only one you need on that one right there. It gets a little complicated. I got a video on that. I'll do another video another day. Those are the grounds for the computer. The 2 points, they go, I think, into that plug right there. I think it's the wires I'm touching actually. She's running, sounds better. Whoa, 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 whoa. So, smoky. Oh yeah. I guess that's all the oil from where I had it upside down. Everything's good. Running smooth, no rattles. Oil pressures. That's good for now. We'll see when it gets some heat in it. Still pretty chill. As long as it's above like 40, I'm happy. Alright, I'm gonna let it idle and get some ventilation going on. It's good. Runs good. It's got the normal 4.0. People call it lifter patter, pitter patter. That's slacking the piston. Let's just be honest. It's just the way they work. Once you start driving this down the road, the pistons will like get hotter than they are right now. They're just kind of idling, and they'll kind of fit to the cylinder walls. All your tolerances is right. So, my personal opinion, a little rattle, that's what it is. I'll prove it one day, but can't argue with the people on the internet. Still got it right on PGP inside. See what a hot start sounds like. Fan did kick on. Voila. So this would have been scrap metal if you was at a different junkyard. Let me let this fan kick off and we'll finish her up. So that is officially a day at my job. It is 3 o'clock. I did some stuff in town, so from the time I picked that Cherokee up till I put it in the shop till right here, I would say I got about 8 hours in it full time. So went from a 500, 550, however you want to call it, Jeep, dollar Jeep, to now this would have been a core to send to Justin. I think he usually gives me like 200 to 300, maybe more, just depends on kind of situation. So could have come out that way, but I figured y'all would like to see follow up on the story so you knew the full story. But now this will be used to fix up a Cherokee over there, and then that'll be worth more money, you know, non-running Cherokee, $1,000. But this motor to me is worth $1,000 or more. So put it together, now you've got $2,000 plus some labor. Boom, that's how I make a living. But as you can tell, like, this is my job. I'm not stressed out. I freaking love what I do. Every day's a challenge. It's just awesome. So if you actually like this kind of stuff, you know what to do. I mean, this is literally my job. So that's freaking awesome. And my biggest fear is running away from the content I started with. So I actually wasn't even considering videoing this. I was like, I remember like one of the first videos I ever did was similar to this, and a ton of the comments was they just loved that kind of stuff. So have a good day. I'm gonna let this sit here. I'll probably let it run all this gas out just to make sure, but she's good. Have a good day.